lost somewhere sounds scary. Thankfully, GPS exists, but have you ever wondered how GPS works? And did you know that people can time travel to a fraction of a second earlier in the future? Well, this is because of the time dilation effect. This is a phenomenon of time passing slower for an observer who is moving relative to another observer. It is experienced by everything, from subatomic particles to planets and all other objects contained within the universe. Time is relative. Sounds familiar? It all started with Albert Einstein's idea of spacetime, which is related to his theory of relativity that there is no absolute frame of reference. Every time you measure an object's velocity or its momentum or how it experiences time, it's always in relation to something else. This theory has two main concepts. Special relativity applies to all physical phenomena in the absence of gravity with respect to inertial frames of reference. Meanwhile, general relativity is concerned with gravity, but how are these concepts related to time dilation? Time on space versus time on Earth. What's the difference? People say that astronauts age slower than the people on Earth, and that is a fact. You see, space-time isn't flat. It is curved, and it can be warped by matter and energy. So depending on our position and speed, time can appear to move faster or slower to us relative to others in a different part of space-time. This example experiences gravitational time dilation, wherein time appears to travel slowly around massive objects or where gravity is stronger, because the object's gravitational force bends spacetime. With this concept, the time dilation due to the Earth's gravity is significant enough that the GPS satellite which orbit high above the Earth must adjust their internal clock in order for them to take into account their faster time and accurately determine the location of GPS receivers on the ground. This means that the people who work on the bottom floor of a skyscraper are literally time traveling compared to the people who work on the top floor. Let's say person A is a worker on the bottom floor and person B is a worker on the top floor. As person A takes up a step on the stairs, the strength of gravity is weakening with every step. Same explanation exists in biological processes such as our heads are slightly older than our feet. However, keep in mind that the difference is only a fraction of a nanosecond. The effect isn't noticeable in our everyday life on such a small scale. Another example of time dilation is Tanya boards a spaceship and flies past Earth at 0.800 times the speed of light. Her twin sister Tara stays on Earth. Tanya's watch says 60 seconds have passed, while Tara's earthbound watch says 100 seconds. From what is observed, the stationary observer's time will always be larger than the proper time, since this is the effect of relative velocity time dilation, wherein time travels slowly as you move faster. Now that each concept of time dilation was explained, there are instances where gravitational and relative velocity time dilation can happen at the same time. Consider the astronauts living on the International Space Station. They're floating about 260 miles above, where Earth's gravitational pull is weaker than it is at the surface. That means time should speed up for them relative to people on the ground. But the space station is also whizzing around Earth at about nearly 5 miles per second. That means time should also slow down for the astronauts relative to people on the surface. Time dilation can be relative to gravity and velocity or both. Gravitational time dilation says that as time goes slower, the gravity increases. However, relative velocity time dilation states that as object moves faster, the slower their time is. Einstein sure is amazing for being committed to excellence in his theories, which are used in designing innovative technology such as GPS. You too can be amazing just like Einstein by incorporating his knowledge in generating new ideas and concepts that would give good implications of new knowledge to the world.